everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Unpredictable. Today, I thought we were going to do like a Christmas themed kind of video, but I didn't get that stuff together, and there was a topic that I wanted to talk about anyway, so I decided to go with a normal podcast. So, today's podcast is I don't know what title I came up with, but it's kind of my journey with self esteem, weight, and eating and all that kind of stuff. Um, so if you hear my dog, he's playing with his toys. So yeah. So it started whenever I think was in 8th grade. Before 8th grade, I was a stick. It's a very skinny girl, very active, did a whole bunch of stuff. And then the summer before 8th grade and 8th grade, I kind of was, adulting and didn't really play like a kid anymore. And I just was chilling at home a lot more. And so school day, like every other day, I was there, and I had complimented a boy for getting taller because I had been taller than him for like most of our life since school started. And then I noticed he was taller than me, and so I was like, "Wow, you're actually getting taller! Like, good job!" And he was like, "Yeah, at least I'm growing up that way and not the other way." And there was a boy beside him that was like, "Yeah, you're getting kind of fat." And I remember I was just so stunned. And if you hear, by the way, if you hear any background noises, my husband is behind the camera, doing schoolwork and entertaining our dog. So, anyways, um, yeah, when they said that, I was very hurt. I could not believe what they just said to me. Um, and thankfully, my older brother at the time was heavily into working out. And so I started using his stuff and working out with weights. And then my mom had a treadmill. And so I was walking and running on that. So this is 8th grade. Okay. I was working out, walking, running on the treadmill, all of the things. I didn't really think about the eating at all at that point. So it was just mainly working out that I was doing. Um, and I think that year, like right before we went into high school, I remember my best friend, she had lost a decent amount of weight and she was looking good. I was like, wow, I just kind of suck because she's like, in high school, it's like kind of like your prime time. So you want to be nice and good looking and stuff for high school. And I didn't feel like I was. Um, so yeah, I felt like whenever it came to people liking me or how they treated me or anything, I always felt like it was because of my weight and how I looked, and I just wanted to be skinny, and I didn't feel like I was very pretty. And my eyes kind of were like that as well for me. My eyes don't work together, and so they can look if you're looking at me head on, it can look like I'm looking in two different directions. It's kind of like a lazy eye type of thing. So those two things combined was difficult. And I think was it maybe 8th grade? Might have been somewhere between like 6th and 8th and 9th grade. I actually got contacts because I was wearing glasses before that. And I felt like people didn't like me because of that either. And whenever I got contacts, a guy that I had liked for like my entire life up to like 6th to 8th grade, started liking me back after I lost the glasses and got contacts. And I was so excited about this. I just was, so ecstatic or whatever. Because I was like, oh, maybe it was the glasses, And now I got contacts and now I'm prettier. Yeah, so like literally just, I mean, if you struggle at all with like comparing yourself to other people. I compare myself to the girls all the time in high school. Like, even when we would be sitting down in chapel and stuff, like, I'd be looking at where my legs are, like, compared to the when you sit down, like, how much is my legs and stuff taking up the chair compared to what other girls are. Like, literally everything. Um, and yeah, I still, like, I mean, I didn't change my eating habits at all. And so, the weight, I mean, I was working out, but it wasn't like the weight just, like, was melting off or anything. Um, so then I think, um, in, like, 10th grade, um, I, uh, was watching a lot of YouTube videos on girls who had anorexia or bulimia, and I was like, "Hey, maybe that's the ticket. Maybe I should do that." And so I stopped eating. And I did not eat for, like, not, like, an insane long time. I think I stopped eating and I didn't eat for, like, 2 or 3 days, and it was over a time that our church was trying to get an event going on, and it's like a extended long weekend thing. And so I was with people all the time, and people had no idea what I was doing. And, like, with, like, my family, like, my parents had a nursing home and were in charge of that, and so, like, we didn't all eat at the same time. We just kinda ate leftovers whenever, um, just kinda everybody's schedule was different, so, I didn't really have to worry about with my family. But then one of our friends would hang out, and, they would say, "Hey, let's go out to eat or something." Especially, like, I think I was not eating for, like, 2 or so days before that event, and then that event came, and everybody was like, "Hey, let's go out to eat." And I was like, "Well, I can't not eat with them here." And so I ate something and I felt so sick. So sick. And uh there was a guy that I had liked, and we were kind of a thing at that point. Um and yeah, it was over that evening that we ate, and then I felt gross. And um he pulled me aside and had a conversation. We were just having a normal conversation, and then that kind of conversation came up, and I told him what was going on. And he was like, "Yeah, you cannot be doing that, because look what you're already doing. Now when you eat, you're sick, and now it makes you want to not eat anymore, because then you get sick when you eat." And I think, like, right before that, he knew I was very worried about my weight and how I looked, and he complimented how I looked, and he was like, "Yeah, I think you look really good." Um, and so then it was kind of like, well, is it because I'm not eating, or what's the reason? So um, that was the only, I think that, like, I barely I wouldn't even say I had anorexia at all. Um, I think that was a wake up call for me, that it was like, well, okay, let me back up. I hate throwing up. So bulimia was not something I wanted to do at all. I hate throwing up. And so, yeah, I knew that I was going to have to eat in front of people at some point, and I knew that, like, it literally made me sick to eat 2 days after I didn't have any food or anything, and I was like, "Well, this is dumb. Like, I don't want to get sick now whenever I eat." And yeah. So then I kind of went back to normal and was eating, working out here and there. I went through spurts of, like, I was heavily working out, and then I was not working out. Um, so then COVID hit, 2020. Um, and my weight had kind of just, like, kind of evened off. I wasn't gaining, I wasn't losing, and I felt decent ish about myself. Um, then I started dating, and your man's always spoils, you know? I don't know, like, we went out to eat a lot, we had ice cream a lot, Um, and so I think I gained like 5 or 10 pounds when we were dating. And then yeah, even like I was still struggling with that kind of thing, like with weight and wanting to lose weight and to be skinny and to look good um while we were dating. And then when we got engaged, I was like, okay, I need to lose the weight because I always had this dream. I feel like every girl has this dream that they're going to be like the prettiest, the skinniest that they've ever been on their wedding day. And so I and actually like while we were engaged, I started struggling with just feeling bloated all the time. And at one point we thought I was like gluten intolerant or something. And so yeah, like I think when we were dating was my heaviest weight, and I just felt disgusted about myself. Um, and the boyfriend, good old Tyrell, was always like, "No, you look gorgeous. You're beautiful. I love you. I love your body. You look good. You're not fat at all." But I mean, it didn't matter what he said. That's just how I felt about myself. Um, and so then yeah, we got engaged, and I actually started on keto. Me and my mom did. Um, and I lost a lot of weight. Um, I wasn't at my goal that I wanted to be, but I was down to my lowest weight that I've been at for a while on my wedding day. And I felt a lot better about myself, was feeling good, and then just over time, again, I started gaining. And I told her, I was like, I can't keep doing this. And like I had tried there what kind of diets? What's a 3-day diet that you eat certain things on day 1, day 2, day 3? I tried so many diets as a kid or a young adult, I should say. And it didn't feel like anything worked. And then I tried keto and it did work. Um but I was what, 20 when we got married, and I was like, I did not want to eat keto for the rest of my life. Like, because anytime that I wouldn't eat anything keto, I got sick. And it was kind of the same thing of just like, how do can I live a normal life and the, have the body that I want to have? So then I got weights, I got a yoga mat, and I started working out. And I felt like I was doing really good. I was losing weight. I was at a lower weight again, and then the summer we had all those vacations, and I gained it all back. And I had lost like over 6 pounds, and I was like, this is so dumb. Like everything I do, it just always backfires, and I just can't stay at my norm. Um, and so now I still struggle so much with my weight. I look at myself all the time in the mirror and I'm like, ugh, I wish this was smaller. I wish I was skinny. I wish I didn't look like this. Um, yeah, I still very much struggle with it. Have not found the key at all. Um, and so one of my friends, he wants to be a personal trainer. And so I was asking him some questions, and then I saw this Instagram video too of um the more protein you eat and the more you move, you'll lose weight. And then it had like a bunch of different other things that you could do too. And with cleaning, I'm moving a lot, but then whenever I would come home, I wouldn't really do anything. Like not active, like really. I wouldn't be super active. Like I would work out, and it would like working out definitely does help. It really does. But what I would do is, oh, I worked out today, so I can eat this. And it's like, no, I can't do that because that's that literally messes up the whole point of everything. Um So, then I had asked a lot of questions to, um, people who were heavily into working out, and, yeah, I kept asking people questions, and, the thing saw that my problem mainly was I was just not moving enough. So then I was like, Tyrell, I really want a watch that I can like count my calories and stuff. And then I also have been currently doing intermittent fasting. I've lost 5 pounds so far. I haven't weighed myself for like 2 weeks. And I'm gonna weigh myself tomorrow, and I'm very nervous about it. Um, and I was okay. Like my goal, like, and okay, so my eating currently right now, um, is a healthy bread that I make. Um, it's kind of like a helps with that digestion because of we don't know if I'm gluten intolerant still. So this bread that I make helps keep things moving, I should say. So I eat a piece of that in the mornings. And I was eating eggs. And I want to change it up a little bit. And so now I'm pretty much eating a peanut butter and jelly, but with a lot of protein powder. So I that's all I have in the mornings, and then I eat lunch at like 3 or 4. And so I'm probably eating about 1,000 calories, maybe 1,200 calories. And then for 3 weeks straight, I was burning 500 calories. And on Monday, I upped it to 600. So, yeah, that is currently what I'm doing. And it is just crazy. I feel like how much it has controlled my life. I do not have the solution at all. That is why I'm currently talking about it, because I'm still struggling with it and I still feel unhappy with myself and I'm not where I want to be. So, yeah, this is kind of a very vulnerable subject, but I wanted to tell you guys just in case you feel like that, and now you can feel like you're not alone. Yeah, weight has always been something I have looked at and never been really happy with. It's definitely made my self-esteem pretty terrible. I felt like um even family, I was like, oh, maybe family would treat me differently if I was skinnier, or like a lot of my sisters. So as you guys know, I'm adopted. A lot of my sisters have like more of a petite, small build, and then I don't have a petite, small build, so I was bigger bone than them, and I compared myself to them a lot. I compared myself to a lot of girls in school. Um, and yeah, it's very much a disease I feel like that people struggle with. A lot of people struggle with. Maybe I shouldn't call it a disease, just a struggle. Um, but it has definitely uh, taken hold of my life, and it has been in every part of my life. Like anything I do, like even now, it's just like, ooh, like this will go into my working out, or like, ooh, I ate really good today, or Um, my birthday was not too long ago. I'm 22. That's kind of sad, but whatever. Um, for my birthday, Tyrell got me some candy, chocolate covered strawberries. We went out to a Mexican restaurant. He found a movie that I've been really wanting to watch, and got me kettle cooked jalapeno chips. If you know, you know. They're my favorite. And then he got me M&Ms, chocolate, uh, all these things. And I was like, I don't even want to eat this stuff because I feel like I'm on a roll right now. I'm actually losing weight. And I was looking at an intermittent fasting website, and like it gave me a quiz, and it said that I could get my goal weight by March. And my thing too is like I just want to have to like work out and just be there. I don't want to have to work out and get there in like 2 or 3 months. Um and yeah, whenever I was working out, I was getting decently toned, but then I was like gaining muscle. And after I got this watch, I tracked how much I burned in an ab workout, and it was only like a 10-minute ab workout, so it wasn't very much. But I noticed that I did not burn very many calories at all over that, and jogging in place helps me burn more calories. That is currently what's going on in my life whenever it comes to my self esteem and my weight journey and all that stuff. Right, Mac? Yeah, it's definitely been a journey, and I definitely have not even reached to where I want. And I mean, even now, it's like I'm married now, and then I'm gonna get my toned body, and then we're gonna have kids, and my body's gonna be ruined after that. And it's just like everything, one thing after another, one thing after another. Um, just it feels like it just always, always, always just things just come in the way of how I want my body to look, and I can't reach it. I will say my husband does an incredible job at telling me that he loves me and that he thinks I'm gorgeous and that my body is perfect. But I mean, if you struggle with it, you know that. And like words to me, like I mean they mean something, but yet they don't. Like he can say that over and over and over. But if I don't feel that way about myself, it doesn't mean anything. And like I was talking to one of my cousins the other day, and I was like, "You look really, really good." I was like, "I feel like you just look incredible and you're not even doing anything." And she was like, "Well, yeah, well, so do you. I felt the same. I've looked at you and I think you are the same way." Like, "Well, that's not what I think." And she's like, "Well, that's not what I think about myself." So it is crazy just like how many times people can tell you something and you don't believe it. So then it's just not true. And you could kind of care less what they say almost. But it's kind of sad because then I feel like my husband tries to compliment me and I'm just like, mm, thanks, but it's not true. So I don't really believe what you're saying. And then, whenever it comes to comparing yourself to other girls, like I finally have a husband and now it's like, well, there's definitely other prettier girls out there, skinnier girls, and why doesn't he just go for them instead of me? And he's like, "Nah, like I don't want them. Like you're best girl in character and best girl in looks and just all the above." But I'm like, that's literally not true. um So, yeah. Um, yeah, I feel like it affected me. I don't think I thought that it would affect me as much as it did whenever I was married. Because I was always scared, like, oh, maybe a guy won't want me because of my body and how I look and stuff like that. And I got a husband, and it's still hard. It doesn't end. Even talking to pregnant ladies and stuff. Like, one of my friends from school just is pregnant now, and I was like, "So, like, how has it been emotionally? Like, have you cried at all about your body?" And she was like, "Yeah, I didn't expect it to be this hard, but it is." And I know I'm gonna be that way. I know I am. And so, like, even the idea of having kids is like, I like my brain doesn't even want to do that because right now my like intermittent fasting and my burning calories is working, and so then maybe I'll get to my dream body or whatever, and then kids will come in and then it's like, well, I did all that work for nothing. But I know that's not the right way of thinking, but that's not how I feel. Like even though I know it's wrong, it's been difficult and I've never been able to change it. So, yeah. this is kind of a deeper subject. And hopefully I didn't just repeat myself over and over and over. Hopefully, if you are going through it, know that you're not alone. I don't feel like I'm alone. It's I mean, it's not nice. I shouldn't say it's not nice. I shouldn't say it's nice that I can talk to other people and they're like, yeah, I struggle with the same thing. Because it is not fun to struggle with this. Um, and yeah, I feel like I've struggled with it my entire life. So yeah, I'm with you. If you're feeling the way I'm feeling. And if you thought that it was going to go away when you get married, it doesn't. At least it hasn't for me. So that's tough. um, but yeah. Anyways, um, yeah, let me know if you guys want a Christmas haul of stuff. I thought about just doing a short little YouTube video of that. Or I do have some really cool, fun YouTube videos I do want to do. I'm just waiting for people to. Right now, one of the people that I would like to have on that YouTube video is on a cruise currently. So I have not been able to do those videos. But I do have fun ideas planned just for the YouTube channel side of it. Sorry, Spotify people. But go to my channel at Unpredictable. So, anyways, yeah. If you guys have any questions, always feel free to DM me. And if you just, want to have somebody there to talk to through your struggles, if you're struggling like me, I'm there. You can always feel free to talk to me. Let's help each other out as we're struggling. That's what humans are for, is to help each other. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you guys next time.